Hey, greetings everyone from our home to yours. I hope that this finds you safe and well. Happy Sunday. Our passages for today come from Matthew chapter 9, verses 18 through 26. And it says, "As he was telling them these things, suddenly one of the leaders came and knelt down before him, saying, 'My daughter just died, but come and lay your hand on her and she will live.' So Jesus and his disciples got up and followed him. Just then a woman who suffered from bleeding for 12 years approached from behind and touched the end of his robe. For she said to herself, 'If I could just touch his robe, I will be made well.' Jesus turned and saw her. 'Have courage, daughter,' he said. 'Your faith has saved you.' And the woman was made well from that moment. When Jesus came to the leader's house, he saw the flute players and a crowd lamenting loudly. 'Leave,' he said, 'because the girl is not dead but asleep.' And they laughed at him, and the crowd had been put outside. He went in and took her by the hand, and the girl got up. Then the news spread throughout the whole area. So today I want to focus just on the healing of the woman with the issue of blood, the woman who had been sick for 12 years. So imagine this crowd of people where Jesus is at, and this lady pushes through the crowd to Jesus to find him, and then she musters all of her courage and she touches his robe, and then she's healed. Jesus turned to her and he saw her, and he said, 'Have courage, daughter, your faith has saved you.' And in other versions, what it means is that your faith has made you whole, or your faith has made you well. So think about those statements. Your faith has made you whole, or as others say, your faith has saved you. It's a powerful statement, but even more, it's a beautiful story. And I think the point of the story is not that Jesus healed her. I know that a lot of us want to take that as the point of the story because it's wrapped up with a story of other healing. But the statement, your faith has healed you, we like to take that and go off on the wrong path. And we like to think that it's something that we have done to make this healing happen. The point of the story is not that your faith has saved you or your faith has made you whole. The point of the story, and the reason I think that this story is still in the Bible, that it was kept and that it's so important, powerful to us today, is that Jesus saw her. The lady was probably hemophiliac, and she probably bled a lot. They didn't have the medicines that they have now to kind of keep that under control. So every little thing that she brushed up against, every little nick, was dangerous. And she probably had some open wounds, and that would have made her unclean. By Jewish law, she would have been considered unclean. She would have been an outcast. She would not have been allowed to be within the community of her family. She wouldn't have been in a religious community. And the only community she probably had was other outcasts and unclean like her. So she would have been an outcast, possibly living with other outcasts on the edge of the city. But the point is that she was outcast, she was unclean, and so she was unseen. So the lady makes her way through the crowd, probably risking her life, because if she would have been bumped or broke something, she could have died. She risked being put in jail for mingling among the clean. She reached out and touched his robe. Jesus turned and he saw her. He didn't see her as an outcast or unclean person or a disabled person. He didn't see her as having no family. He saw her and he called her daughter, welcoming her into his family and his kingdom. And that's how she was made whole. She wasn't whole because she had no community. She had no family. She was unclean, unseen, outcast. And Jesus saw her, and she became whole. When Jesus sees us, he makes everything whole. He changes our life. He changes everything about us. When we see Jesus, our lives change for the better. So are you feeling unclean, unseen? Do you feel like you're an outcast? Are you alone? Well, push through the crowd, touch Jesus' robe, and may you be seen by him. God bless you. Have a great week. Grace and peace to you.